Boom. I always forget my microphone. Greetings, everyone. Beautiful people of the earth. Janik, your host, here for the next few minutes. Surely. Yeah. So today we're going to go again with our teachings. Worth sharing part 5. Yeah, part 5 of Prashant P.T.331's book. I'll show you. Just drop my paper. Peace, Gita. Scriptures for the now. It's good stuff in there. Great stuff. Divine stuff. Like, it's more than great stuff. It's divine stuff. Got my paper. So the cow. Oh, it's lots of action in that. Whoa. Wow. Starting to clearing the protesters. I don't know if it's a good name for. Anyway. So we'll go with our. I'm a bit fed up talking about it anyway. Like, the world was nonsense before, and it's still nonsense, and it will be nonsense even after. So it's always been a bunch of lies and deception, and so this could very well be part of a Hegelian dialectic. So I don't want to give it too much energy, honestly. Like, I think I'm pretty much done talking about that. It is what it is. We are being oppressed, and I don't think it's gonna stop today or tomorrow, or it's just gonna get probably worse, maybe better. Who knows? But I'm not interested in giving so much energy to the dark stuff, honestly. I prefer focus on our presence, elevation, and getting higher within. No, don't need to be higher, but higher vibration, higher everything inside. So that's where my focus pretty much always been anyway. I've never really fell into hypes and stuff. Maybe the flat earth. Maybe flat earth was a hype, but even that, there's some truth in there. Maybe not the whole thing. Because again, it's a representation given to you. It's not something you have seen, or because I've never seen the earth in its totality. Will I ever see it in my life? That's it. What I can see from the earth is when I go out, I see what I see with my eyes. And it is what it is. So the cow. Yeah. Those who cannot respect the cow, whose milk they drink, cannot respect earth, which is akin to a cow. In fulfilling our needs, no question of them respecting God divine either. This is the thing, because the cow is the very representation of what? Of Mother Earth. So the cow is very, very sacred. You go into country like India, and there's cow walking in the street, and it's very sacred. Here we slaughter them by millions, and they're sacred animals. So yeah. Love, peace, happiness. Love, peace, happiness. Let me fix the mic. Gotta fix the mic. Let me put the book in front of my eyes. Will be better. So love, peace. And I'll put a bit of light. Ah, yeah. Yeah. That's better. So love, peace. Hold on. I'll start back from the beginning, okay? And I won't stop this time. So those who cannot respect the cow, whose milk they drink, cannot respect earth, which is akin to a cow, in fulfilling our needs. No question of them respecting God divine either. People hoping to find love, peace, happiness, contentment, and evolution while killing and eating cows are under serious delusion. In the end, they would meet a cruel fate at the hands of force of divine. So the holy cow. Bonjour. Bonjour, Christine. How are you today? Great. I see you are rising. Yeah, we're all rising from the dead anyway. Rising from the dead. Yeah. So the holy cow. Holy cow. A widely used expression, unfortunately not put in practice by majority on this planet. There is no doubt that cow is the supreme amongst all the animals that roam this earth. It is earth itself in a more compact, lovable form. The fact that majority of people drink its milk make it a real mother to all. Still, how this mother is treated by a vast majority on this planet, except parts of Bharat, now called India, determines the hellish state those parts of the world have to endure. The blissless pain and torture twilight zone which they are under is a direct result of this mistreatment. Direct result. Holy cow. Oh, I'm not done. There's something else. Until they start treating cows right, they will have all the diseases, wars, mental health, blisslessness. Namaste, namaste. Greetings, respect. Yes, beautiful people of the earth. So yeah, what they do to the cows, they will face back manifold in this lifetime and afterlife. The simple truth and simple action can solve 99% of this world problems. And humanity, the not so human population here. The not so human population. Center station is mid station. That's a good one. It is. It is what it is. Yeah. So two cows ways. There are two kinds of ways of keeping cows. Yeah. In one, you let them graze freely. They always come back to you because they have a proper bond with you. You only take as much milk as they freely want to give you after feeding their calf. You milk them by hand. You keep them till their dying day. And the other, you keep them within fences, as they would never come back if you let them go. Put crazy stuff in their food to make them give more milk. Squeeze as much milk as you can through machines. Kill them when they stop giving milk. No point pointing out which way is better. The difference between these two ways is difference between human and barbarian demonic. Boom. Not all right when not right at all. There is a constant, almost lunatic repetition of it's all right. It's going to be all right in the so called West. Everything will be all right. It's a pathetic and practical joke they play on themselves. Because, yeah, because nothing is ever going to be all right in their hellbound, not right way. not until the way is changed completely. And cows are treated right. Those who mistreat, kill cows, find hell in this life. And experience it in their afterlife too. There is no doubt in that fact. Cow is the very representation of earth. It's the mother principle of this plane. Those who unleash violence against the cow, have no right to and will not last on this earth. Yeah. I do not agree with exploiting any animals. No, me neither, for sure. Like, it's total barbarian demonic. There's a humane way to treat animals. We don't need to be barbarian, demonic creatures. Like, it's so bad what's happening. Anyway. That's why we're very far from super enlightenment here and thinking that, people's have an insurrection in their heart. Like, it's so extensive, the process of changing your vibe and changing yourself and, getting to know what's worth knowing here instead of the nonsense that most prefer stay in the comfortable nonsense they are in their heads. They think they're comfortable, but not really, because deep down inside, there is something telling us that it's kind of off. So I don't know. There's a big, it's a lifetime work. That's what I said yesterday with Sam. It's a lifetime work just to change yourself, just to change, like, yeah. As a mother, I would not want another stealing my milk that's meant for my child. Exact. Like he said, you take what you have to take. You give to the calf. The cow gives to her offspring, her calf, and then you take the rest, but you milked her by hand. I don't think PT says that we should not drink milk, the cow milk. That's not what he said there. It's the way we do it. Now, is it good for you, what it does inside? I've never been into an intestine or any inside of a body to tell you, it has that effect. Like, we just listen to others, and often we have a conception. Good word. I do not agree with that at all. No, for sure. Respect. You want to have a good relationship with the cow? Cows can be very affectionate. Oh yeah, any animals. Yeah, I would love to get a kiss from a cow. I got one. My friend has a cow farm, but he's not treating them well, so it's like in rows and cages, and it's horrible what we do to the cows here. And they're so big, they need to move also. They're stuck in cages all day long, pretty much, especially here in the winter. They don't go much outside. Yeah, that's it. Listen, 30 ml pure Dizzy cow milk is enough for us. Yeah. Like, we don't need a super huge quantity too. We don't need to drink 2 liter of milk per day. Like, anyway. Yeah. So treat the cows right. Or, I'm going to repeat it, this one. Cow is the very representation of earth. It is the mother principle on this plane. I might be too close from the mic. It is the mother principle of this plane. Those who unleash violence against the cow have no right to and will not last on this earth. Leslie, are you there? La belle Leslie Beckwith. What goes in? I have a feeling she's there. I have a feeling she's watching in the background, Leslie. They are so innocent and kind. humble what we do to all animals. Ah, yeah, they're so innocent and kind. That's the thing. And all animals, even snakes and all, like, even snakes, if they sense no threat, I don't think they will. Like, I've saw many snake videos. I'm not a professional in snakes, but I think every animal can be kind, exactly. Human wants to be free, but they exploit, murder others, and then wonder why. So that's it. We're there claiming our freedom and this and that, but we're all murderers and processing the curse. And so, yeah. Boom. Sam Wolf is in the house. Our job, Sam. Always a pleasure to be with you guys and keep working on ourselves. And yeah, we can talk about the dark stuff once in a while. It's always like to have a balance. I think it's good to have a balance, even with the good stuff in the world and the bad stuff. But I tend to focus a bit more on the good stuff, like what can serve me. Exact. What can serve us. Meat and violence. In the so called West, they have gone to great lengths to disconnect themselves from what they eat. So if it's beef one is eating, it has nothing to do with a cow. When one is eating pork, it has nothing to do with a pig. When one is eating mouton, it, it's nothing to do with sheep, and so on and so forth. There is not much wanting to know how that stuff got to their table either. It's uncivilized to even mention the violence involved. Just close your senses, mind, heart, and freaking chew. And chew. He said chew. And chew. Talk about head in the sand. In a wonky witch's tale. Funny how the very same people talk about love, freedom, and justice. I'm going to repeat this one. That's so important. The meat and violence. Because that's what exactly we're seeing in Ottawa. They all cry for freedom, but they're all torturing the animals, participating in processing the curse and all that. Like, meat and violence. In the so called West, they have gone to great lengths to disconnect themselves from what they eat. So if it's beef one is eating, it has nothing to do with a cow. When one is eating pork, it's nothing to do with a pig. When one is eating mutton, he's writing M-U-T-T-O-N. Mutton. Mouton. En français, on dirait des moutons. It's nothing to do with sheep, and so forth, and so on, and so forth. There is not much wanting to know how that stuff got to their table either. It's uncivilized to even mention the violence involved. Just close your senses, mind, heart, and chew. Boom. Talk about head in the sand. In a wonky witch's tale. Funny how the very same people talk about love, freedom, and justice. Oh, I'm not done. There's something else. The meat consciousness based on unnecessary violence towards the animals, which is prevalent on this planet, makes it impossible for there to be any real positive change. Most cannot even fathom that violence amongst people cannot be stopped unless violence towards fellow creatures is stopped. As long as there are cages for chicken and cows, there will be cages for Homo erectus too. The way they cut them down, the same way they will be cut down too. Hypocrisy. Yeah. The meat spell. The meat spell. There are forces which are making meat easily available in huge amount in big stores. Beings all over this planet are falling for it, pigging out and turning into pigs and beasts. Never has so much meat been available. Even all hunters' tribes only ate to survive. When you have to kill to eat, gluttony is not easy to come by. They haven't been told the price they will pay for it. Let them be informed that it would be way beyond their debit and credit cards. It's common knowledge what pigs are fattened for. Yeah. Boom. Drop the mic. Cruel, unnecessary, spirit sapping dependency. Yeah. Yeah. Exact. Impossible to wake people up who do not have open eyes, ears, and brains. But they have. They have eyes, but they lack vision. Most people have eyes, but they lack vision. They have brain, but they lack thinking. They have a heart, but they lack pulse. Like, we're completely freaking dead in the notion of love and grace. Crazy shit. Anyway, cruel, unnecessary, spirit sapping dependency. Large absentation is mid station. When people get to hear about facts like many of the pills they buy at pharmacies, including antidepressant, Viagra, etc., are made from bodies of Homo sapiens, they get panicky. They think cannibal is only reserved for movies. They don't see how easily this kind of dependency comes about when a certain path is taken. Nowadays, it's easy for people to get to a state where they say they can't have a meal without chicken. And then soon it is they cannot eat a meal without cow meat. So where is the line drawn? Which will stop them from feeling the same way about Homo sapiens and their organ? So those who have gone down this path have become the real Rakshasas. Now, vampires are not just in movies, they are a reality. Straightforward result of turning against the vine. What are you saying, Sam? Your world is a reflection of your inside world. What goes on in the inside shows on the outside, of course. The day we change what goes into our mouth, eyes, ears, the world will start to change. That's it. Conquer yourself, not the world. It's not you against the world. It's you against yourself. That's what I always been told it's me against the world. No, it's me against myself. I am my own worst enemy. I don't even care about haters, enemies, and shit like that. I am my own worst enemy. So haters and all that, you can come. I don't give a shit. I am my own worst enemy, and I know it. So when often I become really my enemy. So I'm working on it to conquer myself. Yeah. Sam Wolf. Sam Wolf. Yeah, conquer, yeah, I know. But conquer, no. Je veux, yeah, yeah. Want to be aligned, centered. Yeah. So automatic consciousness. Point d'interrogation. Interrogation point. People here strive for a lot of things. Hold on. Yeah, setting the record straight. So people here strive for a lot of things, but they take consciousness for granted. As if anything which is born will automatically have consciousness. Consciousness is not an automatic thing. It is something which one has to strive for continuously. Because if one lets up even for a second, one loses it. And I'm going to go with PT probably on the etymology series, and we're going to look at all these con words and stuff. Because PT, I think, has a different view of all this, us being con, and en français, on se fait prendre pour des cons. I want to clarify this with him, maybe in the little talk we'll have together. The art of deliberate ignoring. Okay. For this video, I was just asked outside this fight, are you with this notification? They are watching us, but PT is here, so no fear. Oh, I have never been in. I'm divinely protected, divinely. Oh yeah, no. I come and do this with a lot of ease. You would be surprised how much ease I have to do that. It's like, I wouldn't say a comfort zone. It's always a little bit uncomfortable to come live on YouTube. It's always, I always have a little, I'm always excited to come and share. I'm always excited. That gives me a lot of good vibe, and yeah, it's important to keep the vibe alive. So, the art of deliberate ignoring. The gene snakes haven't learned much in their long crawl out here, but they all seem to have learned the noble art of deliberate ignoring. Some are more expert at it than others. It goes like this. Whenever they say some being more interesting and attractive than themselves, and thus naturally feel drawn towards it, they immediately retract and feign that they are not interested at all. Instead, they try to attract the other being in their limited ways. Males usually jump around crazily, showing off their physical prowess. Females jut out their mammary glands and change their gait. Couples start snugging each other after making sure they are in line of sight. Some try and show off their skill, knowledge, and loud conversation. Some just pretend to be overly happy and satisfied. Some start staring into their mobile with unflinching penance like concentration. Some go to crazy land to appear busy. Nothing subtle about this art. What they hope to gain from this strategy, besides giving the higher being some laughs, is hard to conceive after all. Who needs who? Boring and interesting. Just to those who just logged in, I'm with the PT, prochaine Trivides book, Lotus Ocean, Scriptures for the Now. Boring and interesting. Yeah, boring and interesting. Fact. Many are bored, really bored. So bored that the safety mindlessly associated with boring has gotten boring too. Mindlessly, I say, because boring equals safe means dumb equals safe. Dumbness leads to accidents, disaster, not safety. So why do they cling to the dumb and boring and not make a movement towards the more intelligent and interesting? Interesting not in the sense of bungee jumping, because that gets boring too after one or two tries. Interesting in terms of the real knowledge of all aspects of multiversal existence. Like, really interesting. In this hyper-connected world, where more interesting can always be found, there are no excuses. But still, very few actually are able to do it. Maybe this scenario will help explain. People on buses, trains, airports hide their faces in books that lead nowhere and pretend that they never saw you. They would be the same even if God walked by. A difficult to pull off act considering the huge gulf between interesting and boring at play in this situation. But they achieved the impossible by robotically repeating this holy chant loudly in their head. Book is more important. Book is more important. I have chosen the book. My choice is number one priority. I am in control of the book. Though the book, I am in control of, through the book, I am in control of the situation. Replace book with pet, partner, mobile, and so forth. And you get the picture. Give me a second. Okay, we're back. So, yeah. So, the biggest addiction, only real epidemic. Contrary to the general belief, it's not alcohol or drugs most beings here are addicted to. Getting attention from others. Getting attention from others. For no apparent rhyme or reason is the biggest addiction out here. It takes them all straight to hell. Giving attention to higher and divine and praises with proper diction is the only cure for this massive addiction. Jumping and yelling. Jumping and yelling. Lots of beastie and bratty jumping and yelling. Going on by the various gene snakes. Here, to get attention. Some more than others. They call it music, sports, etc., etc. What they would actually do with each other's attention remains a mystery. Remains a mystery. The mass in masses. Deep down, everyone at some point or other feels small. But when one is actually confronted with something higher, treating one as one have to be treated, one's reaction is that of unease. Through the peculiar functionings of the ego, one knows one is small. But in society, one is always used to being treated like one isn't. There is a whole net of mutual assurance in place to keep the ego afloat. Thus, the term mass mutual assurance society. No real evolution is possible without the ego cracking, something which is taboo in this celebration of the self world. Buildings. That's what I'm reading. If you just logged in. Buildings. What do people really believe in these days? Buildings is the simple answer. In buildings we trust. No God or divine, just concrete, glass, and metal. Ugly and unbreathable. That's why they happily send their kids to so called universities, which is nothing but a bunch of buildings. What do buildings have to do with impairing any real knowledge? They are just impressed by buildings, banks, towers, malls, courts, five-star hotels. They are the symbol for all that is right and all that is good. Building which actually negatively affect the human biology and soul. They gravitate to buildings like moth to a flame. The flame of hell in this case. They think these buildings will last forever and save them from wrath of the higher forces. All the evidence points to the contrary. Time will tell. Time will tell, beautiful people. Heaven. What can be said of a planet where the major faction of the population idea of heaven is shopping malls? Shopping malls, shopping, is that heaven for a lot of people out here? So you're gonna go shopping and suddenly it's heaven, baby. We're happy now. So concrete structures full of, and me too, I fall in that sometime. I like, not a big shopper, really, but it's always like, I don't know, it's our idea of like being happy or searching happiness or heaven, or then we end up shopping and everything's fine. Heaven. Hold on, I'm not done. Concrete structures full of useless things, air conditionings and bright lights, which can ruffle any electrobiological functioning. In other words, something really bad for human body and soul. Often I feel bad. I feel me too. I always felt very depressed. The light, like you can't breathe properly. The other day, I think where we went, stupid Costco. I started having like a panic attack in there, or anxiety crisis. Anyway, I started feeling very bad. The lights were affecting me more and more. This stuff is starting to affect me. So yeah, I try to avoid. I think I'm gonna boycott Costco anyway. They're all shit. Yeah, still have some stuff to work on. Yeah, yeah. Duel. Yeah. So Evan used to be the name for self-sustaining M field, which was entered through a fractal life and a successful death, where angels stayed the angels, being the elements. Yeah. Hospital. Hospital. hospital a good place in the mind of the masses of this planet. Whoever is getting them built is considered a good person. Just some children seem to be afraid of it. For good reason, too. What it really is a cold, concrete, unfractal hell hole, my people. Lit up by mind-numbing tube lights made to suck life out of any biological entity. It is a place where they administer poison and do butchery. It's better to die in an open field than die in a hospital. It's the very opposite of a place of healing, which is always made up of natural materials. And all cures are natural as well. You know, you go to the hospital, they feed you like there's not even nutrient in the food they feed you. Like, how are you supposed to get better here? Just the food is, and the rest comes. Yeah. Material science. Out of sheer ignorance as to what certain metals, alloys, concrete, and other synthetic material do to one's body and aura, people of this planet keep on building edgy, ugly structures. With these unfractal, unembeddable materials everywhere. It's not just ugly to the eye to behold a tin roof concrete structure in the middle of a pristine nature spot. It actually disrupts the electromagnetic of the whole area, stuff which eyes cannot see, but can actually be measured. It is poisonous in the same way artificial chemicals in food are poisonous. Only in this case, the results are seen, felt over time. And the cause remain unknown. Next time you have a migraine in your cramped concrete metro flat, please don't look around for reasons where they don't exist or listen to your doctors. Just try fresh air in a forest area. Science has now reached the point where it can scientifically prove that this is the case. But this information is not made available to the public. For the sake of protection, the interest of the construction companies and all the associated businesses, in much the same way as truth about pills, drugs they sell at your local pharmacist, is not revealed. In order to keep pharmaceutical companies in play, yeah, because there's ways we can build structures like here. If you take, for example, they build the building, but it's square. Like, there's ways that you can use the telluric current of the earth. I think that's how it's called. Telluric current of the earth to really benefit your habitation where you live. Like, you can build it to absorb the energy of the earth instead of disrupting it and cutting the flow of energy. Yeah. Granite. Yeah, there is all kinds of materials you can use other than concrete. You know, concrete, even sometimes waves don't go through it. Like, the energy should flow in the waves. Yeah. Float freely in the ether. Yeah. Okay, so, and all the associated business is much the same way. Okay, so there is still some awareness about pills, etc., amongst masses, but material science is completely out of the awareness zone of the average person on the street. The net result is the same. The population of this planet poisons itself in its environment. The rulers of this psychosystem do not care. The blissless, depraved beings they are, just cause they know they are going down in their rebellion with divine. They just want to take as many down with them. They know they're going down and they're trying to take you down with them. Don't let them break you. Rise and shine, beautiful people. Yeah. 5-star hotels. Maybe we'll finish with that today. 5-star hotels. While the majority of this earth population faces the hell of malnutrition and unhygienic living conditions. Hygienic living condition. Unhygienic living condition. The so-called lucky people with the funny quantity called money face the hell that is 5-star hotel. The final Shangri-La of this system. The 5-star stands for dingy, concretey, claustrophobic, unbreathable, and non-fractal. Any real being with properly functioning nerves and biological processes can get headache, dizziness within half an hour. The food served there takes the digestive system on a roller coaster ride, while the air conditioning works on giving the guests a cold. All in all, a much more dangerous place for biological entities than any slum in an open field. That's true. That's so, like, when you go into a hotel, everything is unnatural. You better be in an open field, sleep. Like, I remember when I went to Vancouver one night, we could have the choice to go into a hotel, whatever motel, but we chose to sleep outside in a shack, me and my two friends. We were just leaving Vancouver to go to Okanagan Valley, and we got there by hitchhiking. And we got there, we had no place really to sleep, so we put the camp outside. There was a shack on the mountain, so we went in the shack. We put down the cedar branches on the floor, cedar branch to like prevent bugs or stuff. Like they say, it's good to sleep on cedar branch, makes it comfy too. So we lay down cedar branch and we slept there. Like, you better sleep in an open field outside than any 5-star hotel. That's the idea people get from big hotels and stuff. They think it's very fancy and stuff, and it feels their fulfill their hellish state. So yeah. So me, I'm out, and I'll see you again tomorrow for a whole lot of rubbish. That's what we're gonna look at. A whole lot of rubbish. So that's it. That was my review of PT's book. Again, I did it a few times. I did it on my other channel, Motivation Academy. Outside that channel, I'll start putting stuff on it again too during the summer. I'll take my phone or my GoPro. I'm looking for a vlogging kit right now. I'm looking for a vlogging kit to use my phone or a GoPro or something, because I'm gonna start making a video outside again. I'm gonna probably maybe videos walking in Montreal, something like that. That would be nice too. I think I'm gonna start doing that. Just go walk the city of Montreal and with my GoPro and check stuff. But again, it's never been really my favorite place to walk in the city, honestly. Like, I can go in Montreal and make you round of images of buildings, but it's just building, cars, and concrete. So to me, it's nothing really attractive to any city. I don't get what people have to be really, really disconnected to love going into cities and find cities beautiful. Like they tell you, oh, it's a beautiful city. What is it? Cars, buildings, concrete. What's beautiful in there? Like, I don't get it. I never got that. So maybe I'll go more in nature like I used to do. At my chilling spot. Yeah, I'll be at the chilling spot again. Boom! Grateful to PT and you as well for talking to him and sharing knowledge with us. Never liked the city. Yeah, I never liked. I don't live in the city. I live in a small uh, little village near Montreal, but Saint Martin. You can look on the map. Saint Martin is where I am. It's maybe half an hour from Montreal. I'm near Chateauguay, the Indian Reserve, not far from here. The border, U.S. border, maybe half an hour down south. So I'm really south of Quebec here. But no, I've never really liked the city. It's I don't know. So you won't see me in Montreal. I don't. And the traffic too, just to get there is so hellish. Montreal traffic is crazy. There's construction everywhere. It's chaotic. It's chaos, big time. But yeah, yeah. They have big signboards saying "I love this city." Yeah, yeah. They have to mention that it is funny. Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, like we would get so much better vibe going in nature than going to walk on St. Catherine Street in Montreal or whatever. The heck, first of all, there's lots of evil stuff, bars, and lots of stuff to kind of trick you and trap you into Babylon trap. Yeah. Babylon has a lot of traps. Be aware. So, large up, Christine. Much love to you and all. Grateful as always. Yes, grateful to PT. Of course, grateful to PT. Yeah, and you as well. Thank you. Not thank you is not a good word. Uh, Gratitude. Very grateful. Yeah. So, yeah, and I will do more with PT in the near future. We are looking at possibly a series on etymology, on words and stuff. We will see. Anyway, so that's it. I'm out, and I'll be here again tomorrow, 10 a.m., same time. Usually on time. So that's it, Christine. Much love. Love to all. I'm out. See ya. Boom.